I do feel that in saying that, and also just keep in mind that this is a video to continue on the video that I just recorded previously to this. You guys have the Magician, and this is what's helping out the relationship. So you guys have the ability to manifest whatever it is that you want. You guys just have to work together, bring balance to the situation, because that's one of the things. Yeah, that's one of the things that I can definitely see that can definitely help all of this out, is to call upon the elements, call upon spirit, call upon the source, call upon the one, in order to be able to give you guys what you need in order to keep this relationship from going unbalanced. Now, one of the things that I feel that for a lot of you Libras is that you guys have this financial instability. You guys have this there's poverty that I do believe is going on with some of you guys, and this poverty in effect is it's what's causing some of the problems. This is what's going against you guys. I do feel that with the Queen of Pentacles, there's failure on whatever level, on one level or another, that's harming the relationship. And I do feel that the ability to fix it is there with the Magician. It's just the steps are not being taken to fix it, and which is kind of sad, because if you have the ability to do it, why not, right? Why not? So with the Queen of Pentacles, I do have to say that either one of you guys might be overly ambitious, and I do feel that to whatever extent that one of the things that's harming this relationship with you guys, you and whoever it is that you guys are dealing with, is dependency. So with this dependency, if you guys remove this dependency, you guys will have the ability to focus on whatever it is that needs to get done on either side, and will allow you to be able to create that stability that the Queen of Pentacles in the upright suggests. But since it's in the reverse, I do feel that there's fear of some sort, fear of failure, maybe, fear of poverty. There could be like a lack of common sense, because the Queen of Pentacles is all about common sense, and so she's common sense because she's down to earth. She's on the common level. So that's pretty much what I can draw from the Queen of Pentacles. I do feel like maybe finances are one of the things that you guys have that's going against this relationship, or that's not causing this relationship to fully bloom and to grow. And right now, with the Queen of Pentacles, it's telling me that there's energies that's stagnant. So, yeah, see, one of the things that's influencing this relationship is that there's no communication. The Two of Pentacles in the reverse, the Two of Coins in the reverse, it talks about a soulmate. It talks about the connection that you guys have emotionally. And for some of you guys are not feeling this connection emotionally. You guys are feeling emotionally disconnected. And also, I do feel that because you guys are emotionally disconnected, it's not causing the healing that you guys need within this relationship. Now, for some of you guys, I do feel that this is an act. You see that? This is a stage card. I do feel that whatever is going on is an act, either from you or from this other person. I do feel like this is you or the other person that's putting up an act of some kind. And the universe will tell you that unless you guys fix this, there will be instability. Now, a lot of people say that this is an 11-11 card, and indeed it is. For if you look at it upside down, there's still stability of some sort. There's still strength in this card, but I do feel that unless this issue is fixed among you guys, for those of you guys who are experiencing some type of instability in your relationships, that unless you fix it, you guys are going to keep feeling this instability. You guys are going to keep feeling like this other person ain't the one. You guys are going to keep feeling like this other person's trying to end it, or like you're trying to. They're going to feel like you're trying to end it. They're going to stay in this type of unbalanced and like dependable. Like it feels like whatever the relationship feels like for them. For some, it might be like the relationship demands too much. I do feel like some of you guys are dealing with a self-righteous person. Now, if you guys are dealing with a self-righteous person, my advice to you is let them see the folly of their mistakes. Once they see the folly of their mistakes and they convince themselves, then you have the ability to offer whatever help you guys may want to offer. So I do want to go ahead and say also that you guys have the ability to win. You guys have the ability to win in anything, and you guys have the ability to win over this relationship. It's just you guys have to decide whether or not it is worth it for you guys. Now, in deciding whether this is worth it or not for you guys have the ability to turn this relationship into something that you would like to do or that you would like to see. But first there's that train of thought that you guys have to change, and then that's when that Ace of Cups in the previous reading that I did for you guys just in this other video, that's when that will take shape. So this is something that you guys have to process on a mental level before you guys can put it into action. Yeah, okay. Now, for some of you guys, this could be a female. I don't know why that just came to mind right now. Some of you Libras might be in a relationship with another female, and if so, really do communicate, really talk, because that's how you guys will be able to set the stage or set the tone for switching this Lover's card into the upright and being able to look into each other's eyes and have that feeling of love from this other person, instead of that look of hate and malice and stuff like that. I do have to say that with the Queen of Swords, some of you guys might be injecting malice and some type of malice or bigotry or some type of energy like that into this relationship. I do feel that the idea that your partner is not present, or they're scatterbrained, or focusing on a lot of things. I do feel that this is one of the energies that needs to be taken care of. I do feel that you guys are intelligent enough to be able to notice these things, to notice what's going on in the relationship. And if not, you guys had the intuitive message to come to this video to take a look. So, in saying that, I do want to do one more spread, and I want to do this spread so that you guys can have some advice moving forward for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully hopefully this reading has been very good for you guys so far. It seems pretty clear cut. It's pretty it's a pretty simple message. There's not really a lot behind it. There's no like trying to guess or anything. Pretty much the first reading and the second reading are pretty spot on, and they both point towards the same thing. They both point towards communication within this relationship, so that any of the evil intentions and stuff like that are going on within this relationship can be taken care of. Alright, universe. What do you have for Libra for the second half of April 2019 as advice? Alright. Yeah. Self-care. Nurture yourself. Nurture this relationship. Nurture the other person that you guys are in a relationship with, because with the Empress, this is what's going to cause this relationship to grow. This is what's going to cause everything around you to grow and to be fertilized. They say that usually the love of any woman towards their significant other is the one thing that most people need in order to be able to grow. And the Empress is the card that is connected to both Libra, so I believe this is your energy, and also Taurus, which is the earth energy. And when it comes to the Empress, it's talking about the possibility of being in nature. You know, when it comes to nature, nature can do a lot of things. Second of all, the Empress talks about action, so it's time to put into action some type of self-care or some type of nurturing, not just to yourself, but to this relationship, possibly to the other person as well. And it speaks of a little bit of difficulty, but I do feel that that with this, one of the things you guys will have to watch out for is ignorance. Not just ignorance from the other person, but ignorance from yourself too. Make sure that once you have all these things set in order and that things start growing and stuff like that, that you don't become ignorant and say, see, it was me. It was all me. I do feel that also this card speaks about fruitfulness. So really pay attention to whatever it is that you guys have to do. Really pay attention to what you guys have to do, because that's what's going to lead to you guys' success and fulfillment and attainment and everything. Now, I do feel that with the Ten of Wands showing up, you guys will be going through some hard times. That's not to say that these hard times are bad. You know, hard times do present a good result, but you guys are almost home. You guys are almost there. It's almost time for you guys to drop this load that you guys had. For others of you, you know, maybe it's necessary to drop that load already. But see, you have the ability for stability. The ability for stability. Yes. Now, this is one of those cards that you guys will want to have along with the Empress. Now, and with the, oh, look at that. With the Ace of Pentacles, you guys have the ability to start whatever it is that you guys want to do on a physical level, that you guys want to do on a monetary level. It's just, you guys have to change that mindset. You guys have to self-nurture yourself instead of self-defeating yourself, instead of self-beating yourself up. Self-beating yourself up, huh? Okay. Yeah, this is... The advice is nurture yourself and get ready for these opportunities, because these opportunities are coming. The Knight of Pentacles, it's one of those cards, and this is something you guys have to be knowledgeable about, but you guys will have to be watching out for it. The Knight of Pentacles, he's one of those cards that talks about responsibility. He's also one of those cards that speaks about utility, so having to be flexible. Not only that, the Knight of Pentacles is also one of those cards that talks about being practical and being persistent. This is how you gain your profit. This is how you gain your bread. This is how you gain, this is how your desires and your dreams come true. And having the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands as far as your advice, this is actually really good. And having the Empress right underneath, having the Empress right above the Knight of Pentacles is how you reach this this point of financial stability. Now, I do have to say that with the appearance of the King of Pentacles the Ten of Wands, is if you stress, this is what's going to happen. Instability, broken foundations or weak foundations. One of the things about the King of Pentacles too, it talks about weakness, but it also talks about corruption, unsuccessful ventures and things like that. So if you want unsuccessful ventures, go ahead and carry this burden around. But if you want to gain, if you want to be successful and stuff like that, you guys are going to have to toss it away. Now, one of the things I have to say about the King of Pentacles in the reverse is that it speaks about materialism. So if you guys are being materialistic right now, stop. Cut it out. You guys don't need to be materialistic. You guys don't need to tell yourselves that you guys are nothing, because with the King of Pentacles, that energy can be arrogant, and sometimes you can be arrogant to yourself. So please don't self-nurture yourself. Don't tell yourself that you're weak. Don't tell yourself that you're a failure and anything like that, because that's exactly what you're going to manifest. Now, with the appearance of the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands has to do with well, if you look at it in upright, it deals with the ships that have been put out. Now, when it comes to these ships that have been put out, these are his ships. He's standing on the bluff, but as you can see, he's standing in between those two wands. So in the reverse, it speaks about not worrying about whatever it is that you've put out. The universe is going to return it to you in kind. But along with this instability, you guys shouldn't really be looking at what you guys have been putting out so much as you guys should focus on what you have already and standing your ground. This is one of those situations where you're gonna have to mentally stand your ground, or physically stand your ground for some of you, but emotionally stand your ground, because that's where you're lacking in right now, is the emotional center or the emotional department. And I do feel that if you guys stand up for yourselves, the Queen of Cups is what you guys are gonna get. The Queen of Cups is, like I said, one of those people that are emotionally mature. They're sound in business. They might not have. They might not be like the King of Pentacles, but they have good business sense because they know what they feel. They know how to move through situations through their feelings. So the advice here is not only to stand your ground, but to really put what you guys want to do as far as your business goes. For those of you guys that are thinking about creating a business or starting up an entrepreneurial business, really think about it and really put these things into action. The Queen of Pentacles, or the Empress, is telling you to put it into action as soon as you have the ability to have the finances in place. So right now is just a waiting period, but you guys will have the opportunity soon, I feel, to start putting your dreams and your desires into action. And that's exactly what's being called for with the Knight of Pentacles. So with that, I'll go ahead and leave you guys. Hopefully you guys have a good next 2 weeks. If you guys felt this video resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe as always. And if you guys feel like donating to the channel, the link to the PayPal will be down in the description below. So with that, I will go ahead and leave you guys, and I will be back to give you guys your reading for May, and hopefully I can get these readings out in its entirety before the month of May starts. But if not, please forgive me, for everything has been getting pretty busy. But with that, I will leave you guys, and hopefully you guys have a good next 2 weeks. And until then, I hope that you guys stay listening to your intuition, reconnect with your intuition in the sense that it'll help you in your business sense, as well as helping you out with ironing out any of these wrinkles that you guys have in your lives, and so that you guys can start flowing and start moving on a better pace. So with that, I will see you guys next week. This is David with Tarot and Astrology for All.